Hello everyone, I am Pranay Kotastane, a research fellow at the Takshashila institution, and this is my colleague Shikha. Film censorship in India is a richly controversial topic. The most recent instance of when film censorship came into news was when this Bollywood movie called Udta Punjab was censored. And it was censored with having a number of ridiculous cuts. For instance, the censor board proposed that the references to the name Punjab, a few cities in Punjab, and even to the words like MPs, MLAs be removed from the movie. So, in this context, researchers at Takshashila have come up with a policy proposal recommending how we can move towards a new film rating regime. So, let's discuss what their proposals are. So, welcome, Shikha. I want to ask you what are the main points of your proposal? How are you trying to go towards a new film rating regime?
Right. So, Pranay, the crux that we have recognized in the entire issue is that we don't want to invest all the powers in a single organization or a single body, the CBFC in this regard. So, the agenda here is to create a marketplace model for certification. The second point that we are looking at is that the CBFC should not be a certifying body rather than a license granting authority to a number of private companies which are the certifying authorities.
Okay.
So we call them the ICA, the independent certifying authorities in our paper. So these ICAs create a marketplace of content where a producer, if he's not satisfied, say with one ICA, he can approach another ICA and this can go on.
Okay, so what you're saying is that the film first point is that films won't be censored but they'll be certified.
Yes,
Is
exactly.
that true?
Exactly.
Okay, and secondly, you're saying that this certification won't happen by one single body but it will be done by a number of bodies. So
By
we
a
might
number.
have a number of certifying authorities.
Exactly. So the certification will be done only on the basis of age as a restriction. There is no censorship that is happening of the content in the movies. So that is what the core of the paper is.
Okay, thanks Shikha. So Madhav, welcome. We had Shikha here who explained how this marketplace model for certification works. Now what I want you to tell me is, what in your proposal prevents this new authority from being politically compromised the same way that it is now?
We have three basic points. One is that we've revised the appointment procedure and qualification criteria for the IMA, which is the government body,
Okay.
to make sure that it's independent from government control as well as is capable of fulfilling its functions of film regulation.
Okay, so you will have a sort of more enlightened body to regulate.
More enlightened as well as more representative both of the public, so that the minority representation as well as, say, representatives from each regional film industry to avoid accusations of the hegemony of, say, Bollywood or certain industries. The second point is to create an appeal procedure against the certificates, so that any member of the public, the producer himself, or even a state government fearing a law and order situation can approach a quasi-judicial subsidiary body of the IMA, which will then hear arguments as to why the certificate should be revised. And the final will be a grievance redressal mechanism, which will also be under the IMA, where any accusations of impropriety on part of the ICAs will lie towards, and they will conduct investigations. They can summon documents and then submit a report for the IMA to then take appropriate action against the ICA.
Okay, yeah, thanks Madhav. Also, we recently had this Sham Benegal committee, right? And Sham Benegal committee also proposed that we should move away from a censorship regime to a certification regime, right? So what is new in your proposal? How is it unique?
I think the differentiating characteristic is that we use the marketplace model, and the advantage that this model gives us is that it can sidestep questions of subjectivity. Film is an extremely subjective medium, and entrusting one single authority with regulating film means that you end up sort of restricting the various interpretations that you can have.
Right, and we saw these examples in the Jungle Book case, even in the US, right?
Yes, in fact, yeah, the Jungle Book was given a parental guidance certificate, and so this happens in any country, and by opening it up to multiple certifying authorities, you increase the level of debate regarding the certification process and also prevent a single dogmatic interpretation of a film.
Okay, great. So, what are the type of certificates for film rating that you are talking about in your proposal?
So we believe that the only grounds on which to restrict the exhibition of a film before it actually hits screens is on the grounds of age. I think everyone is on board with preventing scenes of graphic violence and nudity from being shown to underage viewers, and so we will follow the sort of G, PG, PG-13 categorization that is followed in the US.
Okay. Okay, thanks. Thanks. So this looks like a fascinating proposal using a marketplace model for certification and for film rating. So I encourage all of you to go through our policy advisory on this topic and do share in your comments. Thank you.